We got the ventral rami, C5, 6, 7, 8, and T1. The ventral rami of 5 and 6 form the upper or superior trunk, 7 forms the middle trunk, 8 and 1 form the lower or inferior trunk. Each of the 3 trunks divides into anterior and posterior divisions. Easy way to remember is that 1, 2, 3 posterior divisions will all come together to form the posterior cord. 2 anterior divisions will form the lateral cord. The last remaining anterior division forms the medial cord, all in getting their names in relation to the axillary artery. Coming off up top here is suprascapular nerve going to supraspinatus and infraspinatus. Coming off of the posterior cord is going to be 2 nerves. First is going to be axillary to deltoid and teres minor. The other one is not really completed. There should be a little branch here. It's going to be the radial nerve. Radial nerve goes around the back of the humerus, sitting in the radial or spiral groove with the profunda brachii artery. It then comes around the lateral epicondyle, gives off the deep radial, which we don't see because it's going to be going deep to innervate the muscles of the posterior forearm, and gives off the superficial radial, which is going to be sensory to 3.5 digits on the dorsum of the hand. Coming off of the lateral cord is going to be the musculocutaneous nerve. The musculocutaneous nerve has a terminal branch that we don't see here called the lateral antebrachiocutaneous, which is sensory to the lateral aspect of the forearm. The median with an end nerve is formed by the wishbone from the lateral cord and the medial cord. Doesn't innervate anything in the arm. When we get to the elbow, it gives off the anterior interosseous nerve, and it's going to be motor to all of the muscles of the anterior forearm, with 1.5 exceptions being the flexor carpi ulnaris and the medial fibers of the flexor digitorum profundus. Then goes through the carpal tunnel, gives off a motor branch called the recurrent branch, which is motor to the muscles of the thenar. Then it's going to branch to 3.5 digits as the common palmar digitals running with the metacarpals, that then bifurcate into the proper palmar digitals once it gets past the metacarpal phalangeal joints. Last but not least is the ulnar nerve. As it passes by the medial epicondyle, it's the only nerve in the body that can really be palpated. It's going to have 3 separate branches: dorsal ulnar cutaneous, which I'll get to on the other side; superficial ulnar, motor to the palmaris brevis. Then it's going to have 1.5 common palmars, 1.5 proper palmars that are going to be sensory. Deep branch is going to be motor to the hypothenar, and then the deep branch goes into the palm to innervate 2 of the lumbricals, the adductor pollicus, as well as the 3 palmar interossei and 4 dorsal interossei. Got through that side without a mistake. Yay. Same thing up here. 5, 6, 7, 8, T1, 3 trunks, 6 divisions. Suprascapular, axillary, musculocutaneous. Wishbone is the median, but because the forearm is rotated, we're not going to see the median past this point. The ulnar nerve over here comes around here. That's not the ulnar, but the ulnar nerve comes out here because it's pronated. The ulnar nerve, this is going to be the dorsal cutaneous branch of ulnar. It's going to be sensory to 1.5 digits on the dorsum of the hand. Median nerve, as I said, disappears. The radial nerve comes out here, and it's going to be, radial nerve, that was my mistake. Radial nerve comes here to here, and it's going to be sensory to 1.5 digits on the back of the hand, because this is the superficial branch of radial. We do not see deep branch of radial on this view.